There is a quiet law that governs the flow of wealth, a law as invisible as gravity, yet as certain. It whispers through the stories of every self-made person, every dream realized, every life transformed from scarcity to abundance. This law, at its heart, is simple: money responds to definite plans. It does not drift toward confusion, nor does it linger around hesitation. It flows with purpose, toward clarity, vision, and the steadfast hand that knows where it is going. The book, Why Money Responds to Definite Plans, is not merely about wealth. It is about the alignment between the inner and outer worlds, between the vision in one's heart and the tangible manifestations of that vision in reality. It teaches that money, like any form of energy, moves toward order, direction, and faith. When our desires are vague, so too are our results. But when our plans are definite, when they are written, visualized, and believed in with conviction, life begins to conspire in our favor. Many people live as if waiting for luck, hoping that one day an opportunity will knock, or that fortune will somehow discover them. Yet, as this book reveals, money is not a mysterious visitor that randomly selects homes to enter. It is a faithful servant that responds to those who give it clear instructions. Definite planning is not just about writing goals, it is about developing the mental blueprint that commands resources, people, and circumstances to align with your purpose. Imagine a builder constructing a great cathedral. Before a single stone is laid, the entire structure already exists, in the mind, on the blueprint, in the architect's imagination. Every pillar, every window, every curve is known before the work begins. So too, must we build the structure of our financial lives. We must see it before we can live it. Money responds to the mental architecture of certainty. Without that plan, effort scatters, opportunities pass unseen, and frustration replaces progress. The book invites us to reflect deeply on the difference between wishing and planning. Wishing is emotional but directionless. It has no structure, no timeframe, no method. It says, "I hope things change," but never declares how. Planning, on the other hand, is creative faith. It declares a vision and builds the path toward it. A definite plan says, "I will earn this amount, by this date, through this method, by providing this value." That level of clarity magnetizes the forces of success. There is a profound truth hidden here: money does not serve confusion, it serves clarity. If we cannot tell the world what we want, the world cannot give it to us. The book tells of individuals who once struggled in financial darkness until they found light through purpose and planning. One story speaks of a man who spent years drifting between jobs, always complaining that success eluded him. But one day, he sat down with paper and pen and wrote a detailed plan: the amount he wanted to earn, the value he would give in return, and the timeline for achieving it. For the first time, his energy had direction. Within months, opportunities began to appear. What had changed? Not luck, but focus. His mind, once scattered, had become organized around a purpose, and money, like a faithful ally, responded to that order. The message is timeless: vague goals attract vague results. Definite goals attract definite results. This book encourages us to treat money not as an idol to be chased, but as a reflection of our inner discipline and clarity. Wealth is not accidental. It is a reflection of the order within our thoughts. When we plan with precision, when we decide not just what we want but why we want it and how we'll earn it, we awaken a creative force inside us. That force becomes magnetic. People sense it. Opportunities sense it. Even chance events begin to bend toward our intent. The author emphasizes that money follows service. Every definite plan must be rooted in contribution. To ask life for more, we must first offer more. When we base our plans on helping others, money becomes a natural consequence of that service. It comes not as a chase, but as a response. Like sunlight drawn to an open window, abundance finds its way toward those whose work creates genuine value. Yet the book also warns us that definite plans demand definite faith. There will always be uncertainty, moments when the plan seems impossible, when obstacles test our resolve. The difference between those who fail and those who succeed lies not in circumstances but in persistence. The man or woman of definite plans does not abandon the blueprint when the first storm hits, they hold their vision steady until the weather clears. There is a quiet strength that comes from clarity. When we know what we are doing and why we are doing it, fear loses its power. We no longer depend on others' approval or temporary luck. We move with calm certainty, knowing that the law of cause and effect is always working in our favor. Definite planning transforms anxiety into confidence, because it gives the mind something stable to hold on to. The author illustrates that even great fortunes began as simple, definite ideas. Henry Ford imagined a car for the common man, and every decision, every action, followed that plan. Thomas Edison saw the light bulb before he ever built it. Each failure was simply another step toward the definite outcome he had already claimed in his mind. The universe, it seems, respects those who refuse to waver. The beauty of definite plans is that they align our subconscious with our conscious intent. When you decide clearly what you want and write it down, you give your mind a target. From that moment on, your thoughts, emotions, and actions begin to cooperate. You start noticing opportunities you once overlooked. People appear, ideas emerge, coincidences happen. But it is not magic, it is the power of mental alignment. Money, in this book's philosophy, is not moral or immoral, it is obedient. It goes where it is invited with precision. It is energy, responding to the vibration of organized thought. A scattered mind repels wealth, a focused one attracts it. The book also dives into the practical process of creating definite plans. It encourages the reader to begin with a written goal, specific, measurable, and timed. Then, to list the value they will offer in return. Next, to create daily, weekly, and monthly actions that build toward that goal. This structure transforms dreams into responsibilities. It converts inspiration into momentum. But most importantly, it reminds us to act, immediately, even if imperfectly. The universe does not reward hesitation. A definite plan, when acted upon, gathers energy; when delayed, it decays. The habit of beginning now is itself a form of faith, a declaration that you trust the process enough to move forward without perfect certainty. There is also a spiritual layer to the message. The author suggests that money responds to faith not just intellectually but emotionally. If you secretly doubt your worthiness, if you fear success or believe that wealth corrupts, your plans lose power. Definite planning requires definite belief in your right to prosper, not from greed, but from purpose. When you know your prosperity serves the greater good, you invite abundance without guilt or resistance. The book teaches us that every plan must be flexible in method but firm in purpose. Life may change the route, but not the destination. Sometimes what seems like a delay is merely redirection. Those who succeed are those who adapt without losing sight of the goal. The mountain path may twist and turn, but the summit remains the same. And perhaps the most moving lesson is this: definite plans transform the planner. The process itself builds faith, discipline, patience, and vision. Even before the money comes, the person becomes. Success, then, is not merely the result of having a plan, it is the result of becoming the kind of person who can carry that plan to completion. As the book closes, it invites the reader to sit quietly and imagine their ideal financial future, not as fantasy, but as fact waiting to unfold. To write it, to visualize it, to speak it aloud. To commit to a path of clarity, service, and persistence. And to trust, deeply, that money, that obedient, responsive energy, will follow. Because money is not a mystery. It is a mirror, reflecting the order and certainty of your inner world. The more definite your plans, the clearer your reflection becomes. So if you find yourself in uncertainty, the path forward is not to wish harder, it is to plan clearer. Begin with one simple step. Decide exactly what you want, why you want it, and what you'll give in exchange. Write it down, see it, feel it, act on it, and then, like the countless souls who have walked this road before you, you will see the law unfold, that money, like all forms of abundance, lovingly and faithfully responds to definite plans.